Hey guys, it's Monkey Man here from Happy Haiku with another Zoro Rush deck tech. There has been a lot of changes since my last video, and this is mostly because of what I believe is going to be the meta shift coming into the Treasure Cruise tournaments that are coming up very soon. There's a lot more people playing Blurples, the Kaidos and the Crocodiles. There's a lot more people playing Trafalgar Law. So I have to make a few adjustments to the Zoro Rush deck to accommodate for these different decks coming into the format, changing the meta up. And specifically, you'll notice straight away off the bat, I've included second Shanks, much to my disappointment, as I do hate having two Shanks in the opening hand. But Shanks is very much a good closer against certain Blurple decks, against the Eustace Kid, and kind of gives you a little bit of pressure against Kaido if you ever get into late game with Kaido, which you should never try and get into late game with Kaido. You should be closing them off as soon as possible. We have the one Gordon here, which sometimes you'll see and can help you, I guess, bottom useless cards that you don't think you need. So if you have a Shanks early and you have a Gordon, you can use Gordon to recycle this, put it into the bottom of the deck, draw into a card you may need early on. You may notice we're also playing Roundtable now. Roundtable is basically our answer to Kaido. It's funny using Roundtable and then swinging into Kaido with Nami on board for 2000 against Zero. Or sometimes the 12,000 10 drop Kaido. You're still going into him with something small. And it's, Roundtable can actually be really, really important against the Kaido matchup. Especially with Blurple. Blurple's a much faster Kaido, I feel like. It has a lot more blockers as well, so it's so annoying to deal with Zoro. I hope there's not too many people playing Crocodile. Blurple Crocodile is just disgusting. I've added another promo, Monkey D. Luffy. He's a very good turn 2 card to drop. You put 2 Don in him and he's activated. He gets 7,000 power. It's great. And the reason why we can play him and we can play the 2-drop Sanji, Rush Sanji, is because we've gone back to playing the 4 Namis. I dropped this in my last deck list to 1 because I didn't find her to be useful, but lately it's this kind of value generation from playing the Namis is too good to not include in the deck. It's a free Don application per turn for nothing, and it can usually just be enough just to keep your Zoro live for free. Like, so you get your Zoro effect every turn if this is on the board, and your opponent will notice that and invest resources into trying to remove the Nami. So Nami at 4 again is great. Brook at 4 again. It's just so good. It can make things big. You can drop him. You can drop this and then make your Nami a 5k for free, especially if you have 1 Don on your Zoro. It's great. Still playing 2 of these Sanjis for the counter value, and then sometimes when you play a smart opponent and they're just not going for your life, and you need to see some more cards in your hand, this kind of generates you another card advantage from your life, and as well you can swing for 7 because it gets a very big power boost from that action. Nicaraguan's down to 3 from 4. And that's because she's great in the mirror. She's great against kids sometimes, very good against Law. But people know now. People have learned the juice, the source, and so they target her straight away. She's never on the field longer for than a turn, and it's just sad. Everyone knows now that Nicaraguan's the target, so there's no point in playing 4 because people will just end up blasting her anyway. Same with this Luffy. People realize that he's actually good, so they target him and they destroy him. And because he's slow, he's not a rush. He's not rushing. He just ends up being a wasted 2-drop. So put him down to 1. The counters weren't good enough, so if it was 2k, I'd keep him, but not so good. That's why this one went up to 2, because that's a 2,000 counter as well as a pretty decent free drop. We're also removing guard points. Guard points were great against the mirror match. That extra 1-drop counter for 3,000 was great in the mirror match. Now that less people playing Zoro and people trying other things, it's not so much important to play guard point. Luffy's still at 4 and Zoro's still at 4. They're the bread and butter of our aggression in this deck, and they need to be played at 4 equally. Still playing Tony's Chopper. Tony's Chopper is very interesting because people say that he's not aggro and like you shouldn't play him because he's not like, he doesn't have rush. He's not an attacker. He's a blocker. Why are you trying to play a blocker in an aggro deck? Turn 1, you play Chopper. It's the most advantage you'll ever have because when you go into turn 2 and you're dropping your Zoro and then you're swinging, you'll still have this Chopper on board and you'll be able to block their attempt to remove Zoro the next turn. And then maybe even you have a counter in hand to block another attempt to try and get rid of Zoro. And then they've just wasted 2 attacks trying to get rid of your Zoro. You go in and swing with the Zoro again the next turn, plus something else. So it's like such a great card. Anyway, yeah, so that's the changes that were made to the deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm wondering what you guys are thinking is going to be the meta for the Treasure Cruise. Like, is it going to be more Kaido? Is it going to be more Eustace Kids for consistency? Are people going to play the Blurples and the Trafalgar Law? Because they're high risk, high reward. They've got such awesome kits and so, like access to so many good cards. It's just they have the 4 life to begin with, which makes them a very easy target for this red Zoro deck. So maybe I'll play a few test hands. See if there's anyone else playing. That would have been a good matchup though. Oh, this is a scary matchup. I'll keep it as well. Okay, Gum Jet Pistol, a very good draw. We got the Zoro, that's good. And we got the Chopper down. So this is going to be a good example of the Chopper. Chopper can do so much pressure early on. It's insane. Okay, is he dropping anything or... He's going to attack twice. Interesting. He's trying to pressure out my blocker. I see what he's doing. He doesn't know the source. His hand is going to get melted. He has no idea. Yep. Okay, that's it for my turn. I don't know why I didn't block. X-Drake, that's a huge commitment of Don though. Huge commitment of Don. Okay, ideas. We'll play this. I'll take the Brook for now. Attack into... See if we can trade. Oh, if he's gonna drop... He's dropped... He didn't even block that. Wow. Okay, it's interesting. He's really keeping that veg there for some reason. We have another Gum. That's good. He's now able to attack anything he wants. And then, okay, yeah, rested. Good value. See, this is what a smart Eustace Kid player will do. They'll try and like clear your board. I'll take it. Get you low and they can swing twice next turn. To do this correctly, we need to go... That's 5. That's 5. And we make him 7. See how these, like how when you go wide, Zoro makes everything a threat. It's actually pretty scary going up against it as well. He did 1 block there, which is smart. See if he blocks with killer. It wouldn't be high value if he blocks with killer, so this is the best one to block with killer. He didn't block with killer. Interesting. Anyway, he has to attack through. He has to gain this round to win. Otherwise, I can jet pistol his blocker, and unless he has 7 cost kid in hand, then he's fine. Then I'll Otama jet pistol and try and swing for game. It's interesting actually playing instead of doing a test hand, playing another player, because it's you have to play for what they're playing, and sometimes people play predictable combos and paths, and then you can preempt it. That one was predictable. He'll add Don there to protect it and get the block and the draw. He might take a swing as well. He's probably trying to decide whether he swings directly or swings to try and lessen my board. He's going to lessen my board. We'll let him take that. And we'll let him take that. We won't let him take that though. Alright. He knows what's coming. And then we drop this. Basically free. And then let's first attack with this directly. Okay. And we'll attack directly for 6, see what he has in hand. And then we'll start clearing his board a bit so that way he can't go for game. And let's see how he responds, I guess. If he drops 8 cost kid, then it's GG. See, it's very hard to play, as people know now, not to just try and go for like the leader, but to play the board out properly. Yeah, 8 cost. Oh my god! Slam the 8 cost kid down. It's hard. There's a lot, like, as long as we play Shadon correctly and he doesn't drop a killer right now, we might have a chance. Okay, that's fine. The kick is fine. Lucky he didn't have a killer. Okay, he's gonna try and get rid of something. We've got 2k counter in hand. 2k counter is alive. 6,000 to 4,000. Okay. Do I? Yes. Okay. We have most likely game now. Ooh. Interesting. I can play this. I gotta do the maths now, guys. So if I play this for 5 to replace Atama, use this attach rested onto this. We now have a 6k, 6k, 7k. He's got 3 cards in hand, right? So 10k should be fine, unless he has 3 counters in hand. Let's go. It's gone. All right. Do we just 8k him? See if it works. Has he got the counters in hand? Woo! We got it, guys. That's actually pretty fun. Yep. That's how we do it with the red Zoro against the green. Usually green has a good matchup against the Zoro, but we play some weird cards, and it makes a very good job. Just always hold on to your Atamas and your jet pistols, and you will pretty much have a good chance of being able to get in lethal just before they can. For him, though, if he probably just swang at face, I didn't have any blockers. If I was him, I would have just stacked Don on Eustace Kid and swung earlier. Maybe not even focus on too much of my characters. I knew he was doing that, so I play a deck with a lot of 2k counters, and that's so important. I can't even explain how important it is to have 2k counters, but I do play Yamatos in my version of Kid because by banishing your red deck's cards instead of allowing them to get into hand, that's a big deal. Getting rid of hand power can be huge. Yeah, other than that, he played it pretty well. He just was unlucky that I held onto the Atama and the jet pistol. So it'd be very interesting to see a game with Kaido, though. I'm very upset that the first game didn't go off. Kaido has such strong potential for the treasure cups going forward. This is a version that I'm playing, but it's probably not going to be the final version if I do play Kaido for the treasure cup. But as you can see, it's going to be an interesting treasure cup because all the decks are kind of balanced except Kaido. Kaido is the most unbalanced deck in the format, but you have to be like big on your luck. So if you don't have Onigashima in hand, you lose. So like Kaido beats every deck if Onigashima is in hand, except Blurple. Kaido against Blurple, Blurple Kaido can actually be the best game to watch. I've actually seen some at my local tournaments, and Blurple's very fast compared to the just straight up Kaido, and can actually do a great job of using the blue blockers as well as the purple blockers together to stall out the game until they drop their Kaido 10 drop and then swing for game. And they have a much more control-y build, so very interesting. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been Monkey Man. If you like the video, please thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment down below what you think is going to be the meta, what do you think is going to top the treasure cups in your areas, and yeah, see you guys in my next video. See you guys.